Hello, my name is Barry Steinman and welcome to Merrimack campus of St. Louis Community College. I'd like to share with you some of the things our class did in Tony Carasella's course on digital photography in the fall of 2009. The course was roughly divided in two parts, the first half being the basics of digital photography with the different types of photography genres such as landscape, portrait, artificial lighting, photojournalism. And the second half was learning how to package your material in a multimedia presentation with sound, music, video, and stills. So this documentary is about our class. Some of the class members have been very kind to participate and let me interview them. And so without any further delay, let's get on with the show.
Injecting his venom.
Our first assignment in class, we had to do the white balancing on our cameras. I found it very useful.
I got my dad to actually cooperate with me and get me to take some photos of them. I use a lot of creative lighting situations and different lights too. I use fluorescent instead of incandescent or the regular, yellow light. But I had a good time.
Working with the lighting is also my favorite thing to do. I'm actually taking an artificial lighting class at the same time as this class, so it actually helped out a lot on this assignment.
The class provides an opportunity to see how other members of the class interpret the same assignment. I remember on the photojournalism assignment we were to take a series of photographs to tell a story, and my neighbor was going bicycling that Sunday morning, so he let me photograph all the steps that he takes in his preparation. I got about 50 photos of him going through all his morning ritual, getting ready to leave for bicycling. Anyway, when we showed the pictures in class, Tony said, "Wow, great job," and that was about it. But then a few students later, when he came to Dorothy's work, she had taken a close-up of her husband checking the tire, and it was a real tight shot, and I didn't have any tight shots, and I never heard anybody go, "Ooh, ah, great, wonderful. It's important to get in to take a tight shot. You've got to do that." And I had totally never even thought about it. Well, you can imagine I never take any photos now without taking at least a few tight shots. The class is as challenging as you want to make it. I mean, Tony will give you an A if you just show up for class and turn in all the assignments, but there's so much more to it. Like all the information he's put together on the links to different websites. I mean, you could turn this into a fine arts class with the history of photography and the different styles of photography, or you could just spend hours just doing the biographies of all the different pioneers of photography over the last century and a half. I mean, it's endless, the material he's provided.
One thing I liked about photo class is watching the video tutorials. For example, the three key lighting, because I got an idea of how to do it.
I thought it was great. I hope we get to watch the end of it.
Well, the hardest thing I had to do for this class was the video interviewing techniques. At first, my technique was nothing more than just putting the camera in front of someone and saying talk. I quickly realized that didn't work, and with the class feedback that I got, I was able to improve my technique somewhat. I've got a long way to go.
What this little device does, and this is just simply a little holder, it calibrates your monitor. Very simple. It just calibrates your monitor. And you might go, well, what? I mean, calibrate my monitor. I mean, doesn't what I look at on my monitor, isn't that what isn't that what I'm going to get? And no, that's not what you're going to get.
I like the photo journal. I had access to my brother-in-law's restaurant, so that was real easy. I could move around, get a lot of different angles, a lot of different steps in making a pizza, ordering a pizza, and just just everything, and I had to change my white balance a couple times and play, you know, with the settings on the camera as the light changed and this mood changed. So it was really interesting, and I liked it a lot.
The macro photography assignment was one of my favorite parts of the course. I'd never used the macro or super macro functions on my camera, so I had to get out the instruction manual. I spent the day taking pictures of flowers and leaves. And I noticed that if I got in too close and I focused on one part of an object, that it was important not to move even a few inches because I'd be out of focus and had to redo everything. Then the wind was a problem because some of the flowers were moving. So I had to find protected locations. That evening I went to Whole Foods, and the color combinations of the fruit and vegetables, especially with the overhead lighting they used to highlight the products, made some great subject matter, and I got a lot of good pictures there.
I love making stop motions, and I got a lot of ideas from my Flickr contacts on Flickr, and I get inspiration from them, but I haven't been really good at making them for a while, so I tried today on iMovie. It was a lot easier than doing it on Windows Movie Maker, because you can just select all of them and like put them on all at the same time, and it's so much easier on iMovie, and it makes me want to Mac really bad.
And I did them on my own computer and on my PC, and made a slideshow of it, and then I put music to it. Well, when they came over for Thanksgiving, I got to show it to them, and they were really, really impressed with what I had done. So I was really happy with the way it turned out, and I really feel like I learned a lot on how to do a presentation.
I like doing the trips out of the classroom because you got to learn a lot by watching other people, and the professor also gave you lots of good examples. And it also gave you a chance to get out of the classroom and get out of that chair for once, so it was good.
Well, that just about wraps up all the time we have for this documentary. As you can tell from the interviews, everyone really enjoyed themselves and felt that they got a tremendous amount out of the course. Over the past 2 months, I've developed a way of ending my videos. So without any further delay, let's go.
Barry takes really nice photographs.